With its shoes worn by celebrities such as Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, and Jennifer Garner, and valued at an estimated $1.7 billion, the sustainable shoe company Allbirds is about to go public. At the same time, there is a question on everyone's minds. Is building a sustainable and environmentally conscious company possible in today's world? Let's find out in this week's Business Breakdown. The story of Allbirds started back in 2016 when it was founded by ex-New Zealand soccer player Tim Brown and his friend Joey Zwillinger. To put it simply, Allbirds was and is a shoe company. But at the same time, ever since its inception, Allbirds has been offering its customers something more than just shoes. The company holds the reputation for being one of the most innovative and environmentally friendly shoe brands in the whole world because of their revolutionary idea of using wool for manufacturing sneakers that are comfortable, simple, and sustainable all at the same time. The idea of building a shoe with wool came to Brown in 2014, who had to wear a variety of different sponsored footwear and sportswear from the big apparel companies. My initial insight was that footwear had become over-designed, over-logoed, overly bright, and you're overwhelmed by the amount of choice. So the early idea was, make a very simple silhouette, the simplest sneaker that you possibly could, he said in an interview. Once Brown knew what he wanted to do, he immediately searched for factories and warehouses to kick off his production. He found a factory on the internet, but on his first site visit, he realized that many shoe companies use cheap materials and less than thoughtful manufacturing to cut costs, sparking his second insight. With Brown saying that the innovation alarm went off, there was a huge unexplored opportunity in natural, sustainable materials, starting with wool, which is abundant in New Zealand. When he pitched his idea to the New Zealand wool industry, they offered him a grant to create a wool shoe to show everyone how well his idea could work. It took 2 years for Brown to create a prototype, and in 2014, he developed the first ever pair of wool shoes, which he released through a Kickstarter campaign. The campaign talked about how comfortable and resilient these shoes were, and while Brown's goal was to earn $100,000 at the end of the campaign, his shoes ended up making him more than $119,000 in only 5 days, showing just how much potential his idea had. Using the funds he had raised and all the social capital that he had gained through the campaign, Brown partnered up with Joey Zwillinger, a renewable materials expert, and the two officially launched Allbirds in 2016. At the time of the launch, Brown and Zwillinger spent a huge amount of money on their marketing and PR campaigns because they didn't want to market their shoes as only sustainable. They wanted the world to know that the shoe they created was made to be the most premium and comfortable shoe that one could wear. The campaigns proved to be so successful that Time magazine even did a piece on Allbirds on the day of the launch, titled "The World's Most Comfortable Shoes Are Made of Super Soft Wool," helping the brand to gain even more recognition. In the span of only a few days, celebrities like Mila Kunis and Jennifer Garner were seen wearing and endorsing Allbirds. Soon after that, the company became one of the most loved names in all of Silicon Valley. Even the New York Times published an article on how the footwear was becoming a staple for Silicon Valley, where the prevalent style was minimal chic, a category that the Allbirds fit right into. This video is brought to you by Wishpond. Wishpond gives you the technology you need to grow your business, from email marketing to landing pages. But that's not all. You also get a dedicated marketing team helping you achieve success online. Click the link in the description to learn more about our all-in-one marketing platform. In their business model, Allbirds is a direct-to-consumer brand. This meant that the company hasn't partnered up with any third-party retailers, but instead functions through its website, where customers can place their orders, which are then shipped to them. It also ensures that the company gets to set its prices and direct its profits instead of relying on external retailers. After gaining initial success through its PR campaigns, Allbirds established a prominent social media presence, further driving their sales. The company hired social media ambassadors to promote their products through platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. This got everyone talking about Allbirds and how they were the revolution that the footwear industry needed. Allbirds took maximum advantage of their social media sites to connect with their fans and listen to their feedback. Unlike their big shot competitors, Allbirds was a small company, which meant that they had the time and the resources to dedicate towards customer service and satisfaction, and that proved to be a game-changing move. After experiencing all of this success, Allbirds transitioned into outlet stores, opening 27 stores in 8 countries as of 2021. However, their digital channel still represents 89% of the sales, showing that their initial business model is still successful today. Today, Allbirds is one of the most valuable footwear companies globally, with an estimated net worth of $1.7 billion. Because of the company's quick success, Allbirds has received at least $204 million in equity investments from investors like Maveron, Tiger Global Management, T. Rowe Price Funds, Fidelity, Franklin Templeton, and Lera Hippu Ventures. This proves that the company is backed by big names that believe in its growth potential, even in a market as saturated as footwear. The company's revenue in 2020 was $219.3 million, up from $193.7 million the year before. Digital revenue was $194.6 million in 2020. About 53% of 2020 sales were from repeat customers, all of which are great numbers for a business that's only just starting in the market. However, at the time, Allbirds' loss also grew to $23.6 million from $14.6 million. Despite that, the company has grand ambitions to go public very soon. But is that such a great idea? The apparel and shoe sales market is pretty hot right now, totaling $1.8 trillion for 2020. Across the board, major retailers and footwear brands have posted about their sales increasing, highlighting the fact that the fashion industry has recovered pretty well after the pandemic. According to Matt Powell, senior sports industry advisor for the NPD Group, investors are looking for companies with strong growth potential, companies that bring something new to the table. The footwear business is going strong right now, and because Allbirds has an approach unlike any other player in the game, going public might work out pretty well for the company. Allbirds has set a target to raise $100 million from the IPO, but the figures might shift slightly when the time comes. All the proceeds from the offering are expected to be used for its growth, which involves acquiring businesses, products, and services in line with their green mission, motivating people to invest in the brand on an individual and institutional level. Considering all of this, Allbirds can very well make history with its IPO soon. The company also plans to expand its stores to 36 outlets by the end of 2021, which experts believe will be a winning move, considering that people are once again returning to the world of physical shopping after more than a year. And while it's true that the company is dealing with its fair share of losses during the process, the fact that Allbirds has established itself as a billion-dollar enterprise in less than a decade is all the reason to believe that the brand will successfully go on with its domination of the footwear industry. That's it for our breakdown of how Allbirds became a billion-dollar sustainable shoe company that's on its way to going public. What do you think about Allbirds? Do you think they have what it takes to disrupt the apparel and footwear industry? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a share and a big thumbs up. For similar stories, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. See you soon. Until then, bye.